or the town dog, and I'm back after a system crashed. Had a runtime error. That was my second one since I had the machine. That's not enough to be discouraged about until they keep coming. Anyway, we're gonna let it go at that and try it. I did add another plane that maybe caused it. And again, it may be just one of them things that's been on all day sitting idle, not doing nothing, and that's not good for them either. And when you pick up and try to make them do something, they don't want to do it. That's maybe all it was. Anyway, I'm sitting here with a map up. This is a map of FSX. That's the Tennessee North line. That's Kentucky. This is Tennessee. This right here is where I'm sitting. I'm sitting on a little airport called Pier Field, grass strip in Tennessee at Pier, which is at Clarksville, Tennessee. I'm going to try to leave Clarksville and fly to Nashville to the VOR, and from here it's about 090. I'm going to call it 0100 to 0110 to 0120. It don't matter that much, just so I get a general direction. That signaler should come up as soon as I get off the ground. But if not, fly that way a little bit, it'll come on. But it should be able to get off the ground. Once I get to Nashville, I'm going to turn to Knoxville, which is right there. And let's call this right here 090. So I call that 095 to 100. Anyway, we can start off on about 095. We want to pick up this here. It's a high altitude VR. I've got the numbers for both these signals. When I get to here, now still we're talking right here will be 090. We'll be going to Tri-Cities. So 090, 885, I'm going to call it about 085 or 08 to 085 up there. So we'll leave here on about 085. And this is a low altitude. We got to get pretty close to it to pick it up. This is high. That is high. So they'll be easy picked up. Now this one won't come on, I don't think, soon to leave here. But we'll leave out on that direction. And it should come on by somewhere along here at least. Pretty quick. Not real quick. This is going to be a pretty long little flight. And it's Tennessee. It's going to be probably another Tennessee hop. It won't be connected, but it's all right. Actually, I was flying to here a while ago when I had the arrow, but had nothing to do with them. It wasn't called connected, even though I did leave them rip. It might have been. Anyway, I'm going to take that flight, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to be flying in the little Stearman again. And let's leave here and go to the plane. Our little Stearman sitting ready to go. I think it's all fueled up and everything. Well, let's check and see. We'll get in the plane. And I'm going to fire it up and see what we got. Hopefully it won't go nuts. Well, we got it. If it don't do it as soon as you touch it, it's not going to do it. Okay, we got that. Well, let's turn a few lights on just because we can. I don't need no smoke. Anyway, I don't know if it even works or not. We're going to leave that off. This light strip came out with 300 extra. Now, we're ready to roll here. The trim is not too bad a shape at this point. Usually I like it. Whoop, 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 whoop. Throttle wide open. That ain't good. I was sitting there, as soon as I touched it, it took over. I like a lot of something like it for takeoff usually, I think. And then we're going to set up here. I know that VOR at Nashville is 1410, 11410. So we'll set that up. I already knew it without looking. And we're going to set both of these on it. And we're going to bring them up here to active. And Nashville is, let me get Nashville, I'll go ahead and get it ready. Nashville was, well, Knoxville, I mean. That's Nashville. Knoxville is 11640. So that won't come on now, but if we get started, we'll leave here. I'll set on a heading of about 120, 110 to 120. So let's set this on 110, 115, right down the middle. But it don't matter as long as we pick the signal up. As long as we're going that direction, we're getting closer, it's all that counts. Don't have to be dead on it, just got to go there. 115, I see it right there. The altitude around here is pretty, not high, but pretty high. We're gonna go 4,000. 35, I think, 30, 35, we'll take clear these little bumps out here. Oh, I passed it. We're gonna try 4,000. Need to, I'll climb some more, but if it looks risky, too risky. Now that's ready to go, and that's ready to go, and that's ready to go. And we're gonna check the fuel. 81 is full, so she's all the way to the top. Now we're fixing to look outside and see what the runway looks like. It's a little grass strip like I said. I'm gonna get back inside the plane here. We're ready to go. Stick forward and start rolling. Take a chance a little bit on the runway. Alright, there you go. Once we get to where this will fly, up and over the houses. Up and over. No flaps, no wheels. The adjust will be alright right there. Just set a little climb here on the trim. I'm raised it. I raised it. Right there, I'm off the joystick. Now we're going to set the altitude and the speed and the heading bug. Go to 130 on the speed. Oh, let's hold back to 120 because we want to conserve fuel a little. Not that it really matters, I don't think. 120. The harder you push it, the more it burns. That's pushing pretty hard at that. Now what we're looking for is this to be on signal, which it probably already is. It parked south. That didn't park south, so that's there's parked right there. If it's not parked, that's parked right now at the airport. I knew it'd be on probably the time I got off the ground. 45 miles to Nashville, and this is it right here. So once we level off, there's how much we need to come around. Which I called it 120 earlier, and I backed off some, so it's about 130 actually. But we're gonna come around to there. Let's come on around to bring that green needle to the top. Straight to that little red point. Green point to red point. We're headed into Nashville. I said we'll leave Nashville on 095 for a set. Maybe 095 to 0100, that range. Be close enough to pick it up within a little while after we leave there. There we go right there, we'll fly it into there. I'm not letting the autopilot fly by navigation, I'm just by heading bug. But I do know that where I'm headed anyway. And we're going to leave, what did I say, 95 to 100. We'll leave here on about 100. That'll be right here. That there's on 100 out of Nashville into Knoxville. We're going to go to Knoxville, and the last point is Tri-Cities. The VOR in Tri-Cities is 15, 20 miles probably. It's almost too far away to use. North, southeast of the airport, about 10 degrees south of east. But you reverse that to get back to it. We fly from here, we'll have to cross close up to the airport. We'll pick the ILSs up at that point. We won't need that point we won't need the VOR. But that's after we get there. We're going to fly this out and see what we get. Get outside and see if there's anybody else flying along. This is on multiplayer. Had a group a while ago, but when it crashed out, of course I lost them all. And I set it back up with anybody else come in. Not I hadn't seen nobody. Nobody in there but me. Can't be 100% sure they can get in, but I think you can. Sometimes something like that happens, to go back in, it locks up. People can't get in, but you don't know it because you can't check it yourself. Pull this up, and we can use this for terrain. See, all that there's real high there. All this is reasonable. That's probably outside of where we're going. It's probably up in Carolinas. 100-mile range? No, that's closer than that. Let's change this back. This still looks like Carolina area. Let me change this back to this view here. So we can see where we at. Yeah, this right here is Carolinas. So we're not going that far. We'd be in this area here. Now we can change it over. Give us perspective on this right here. $200 miles. So actually, Nashville, Knoxville won't be long before it'll be on high altitude. I don't believe it's on now though. Knoxville will be probably something on that right there. Tri-Cities here, Knoxville here, Nashville here. So that's what we'll go with. Get me enough signals up I can see what I'm looking at. This has moved already because we're coming pretty close to it. Looks like I might have drifted a little too. Come back over toward it a little bit. I might have called it ready while the plane was still turning. Once it straightened out, I was off of a little. There we go. Put that right there, 36 miles to Nashville, that airport there. I'm going to run a test right here. It says Knoxville's on 160 miles away now. So I'm still going to finish going into Nashville first. If that was the right direction. So we check the other one. That's pretty sure that's it. We're going to go on into Nashville and into Knoxville. And then back up to Tri-Cities. Nobody else has come in since I crashed out earlier. A sack full of bits of dust when I crashed out. I had about 7 or 8 in there, maybe 10. I have had 12, 14, I think, a couple times a day. But I wasn't flying. The plane was just sitting in one place all day while I did other things. We'll see if it's going to hold this time. I haven't changed any settings. I do have a different router from what I had. Shouldn't make any difference on this part. Now you can see the Nashville area right there. KBNA Nashville right there. $31 miles. I thought that was from a part that Nashville wouldn't like. But apparently it does. I was thinking I had to fly 50 or 100 miles before it lit. Shut that right there off. spent a little time around Clarksville a few years back. Fort Campbell, Kentucky, just above it, in the Clarksville area. Clarksville is Kentucky and Tennessee. And I spent 7 or 8 weeks there at basic training in 1966. Spent the next 9 months in Fort Worth, Washington. And at that time, you don't have to ask where I was the next year. It just comes natural. Everybody went there. 66, 67, 68. Fahrenheit. Not all the information on that panel of bands won't find, but under any condition. Manifold pressure run a little highway, I got it set. That's up now that auto throttle and push it so hard. Probably should be about 18. On over 25. Now I don't have, well, I said I don't want to have. Something I did have. I don't see any head temperatures left on me. I don't guess I got any. Need a cylinder head and a few others. Oil temperature, cylinder head temperature. I don't have them in here. But the one in the original either, I don't believe. That's about the original right there. It might have been. It didn't have a 2D, I don't think I got it. No, we don't have it in here either. Light's just dimmed. It ain't going out. I'll get that right in a minute. I generally do it like that, so the center will bring it back around. Now it's better right there. Then we'll go back to 2D. It's a better looking panel right there. It may have too many gauges on it, but it's still better looking overall. "21 miles out of Nashville. We're holding about 3 to 4 degrees, not over 5, to the north side of Nashville, northwest, east side, which is all right. I really like to pass most of my contacts about 5 to 10 degrees to the side you're going to be leaving on, which here I'll be leaving east. My normal passing would be at least 10 degrees over that way. 120 wouldn't be bad for passing. That way, if you wanted to lock onto the VOR on the way out, you catch it on the back side. It would turn you. If you catch it on the wrong side, it would turn you into it. Sometimes it won't fly you through. It'll make you circle. Without a flight plan, it probably would circle. Well, I hear background noise again. Hope she keeps it low. I think she'll try to after the other time. At least on this one, I can still get to the TeamSpeak stuff too. Most games I can't. It's getting louder and louder. I know it's coming through a little bit. I don't think I can cut my mic off. I don't have a button on. I know I can't cut it off. The button on my headset, but I don't think that's what that's for. I don't know what it is for though. I click it, it don't seem to do nothing. Team now going into stop. That's 76 gallon left at this point. We got plenty of fuel, enough to go 3 times that far or more. Well, I can tell you how far at this speed we can go. 467 miles. We can stay in the air 3 hours and 48 minutes without stopping at this speed. And altitude. Change anything, all that changes. Even the wind changes will change it. I'm 11 miles out of Nashville. I'll pass by 3 to 5 miles away. I believe I see it over there. Well, that's some of the city there. Maybe the airport right there. Hard to believe we nobody come in. That minute I had earlier. For sure I'll put it up the same. Where's it going on? Let's see. 085. Let's see what the runway heading. I catch runway heading 048 when I get there. Come around it, land from that angle. While I was on the map before I started showing up, went into each one of the cities and got the information I needed. wrote, scratched it down. I didn't write it down. If it ever got cold, I can't read it. Nobody on the end. Tea's big sort of empty tonight. Everybody's either out doing something or done called it and slowed down. Had a pretty good little going on today though. People doing things. And the other boys played similar messed up. He got it fixed last night, I believe it was. He made a mistake when he tried to set it up. He turned on DirectX 10. This is not a DirectX 10 game, it's DirectX 9. And for some reason though, they wouldn't let it start. So they went back and changed this setting to DirectX 9. It came on after a week changing stuff, trying to figure out why it wouldn't boot. It would go to the scenery and stop. Several days of trying to figure out why it wouldn't boot the scenery. He figured it out while we was trying to find out what might have caused it. But that's what it was, because he went back and changed it again. Next it wouldn't come on. Put it back, it come on. But I always thought the DirectX, if it was newer, it would run all the ones under it. Or the ones within the last few years. If they get real old, it might not. The games I've been playing is even older than all these. Well, about the same age, I guess. 18 Wheels Still Across America. It'll predate Flight Simulator X. It won't predate Flight Simulator. Same way with Pedal to the Metal is a little newer, but not that much. Well, we're fixing to finish our turn now. This right here is coming around. It's got to line up with that right there on the way out, but pointing straight toward that number right there. But once we change over, or we can change all this anyway and go straight in. I'll make a turn, then I'll switch over and turn into it. That's the Knoxville. It's sleepy. Again. Stay up too much. Last few nights have been doing decent though. We'll come around a little. That bar though says I begin to line. I thought it moved. Coming around towards this heading, but I need this arrow here down a little more. This here needs to come over here. I'm gonna forget about that and just use this one. I'll set this sudden on Knoxville. We're gonna be pretty close with this one when we line up. When this one lines, we're not gonna be far off that one. This is out of Nashville. That's the end of Knoxville. Something ain't right. Oh, I thought I changed it over to Knoxville. It's Knoxville here, yeah. Okay. That's Knoxville. Six miles out of Nashville. Check the angle of Nashville behind me. Right there. That's on 2427. 2427. There's 28 long there. Okay, it's set on. Yeah, it's set on 100, but it's reversed as 28. I don't switch both of them. Yeah, I don't switch both of them to. No, that's. I hope that's on Nashville there. Oh, that's on Knoxville. For now. This bar's coming down now. If I had that bug on, nav light on, localizer, when it got to there, it lock in turn, but I'm just going to try to manually turn it close enough. Walk the heady bug over. Don't have to be exact. Remember 101. 110. Still cutting across that bar enough to bring it over and line it up. One of those things cutting across. Between here and here, I'm flying this way a little right there, which pushed me toward that bar. The faster I fly over this way, the quicker I get that bar, but the too fast you'll cross it real bad. That's going to be the out rail out of Nashville. Until I get around there, then I'll switch it to Knoxville. When he's trying to get there in a hurry, we switch way back there and just turn and cut across. But I'm trying to go with the plan I laid out. 5 more degrees around. Still working the wall. Going. My eyes are going to shut. I gotta finish this flight if I can. Don't have nothing to keep me awake. It's too slow of a contest. Now that match 100, 100, and she's lying. Now we can see how bad off I was. That's how bad off I was. That's not enough to talk about. That's into Nashville. That's into Nashville. This is 117 miles to Knoxville, not Nashville. We're leaving Nashville, going to Knoxville. Now I'm going to bring us around that little bit more. Try to get that bar a little closer. It don't matter to bring it more to the top. Need to get up, run around a little bit and wake up. I done typed on that somewhere along the line. Well, why ain't nobody come in? Pretty sure it can be joined, but I'm not 100% sure. That's what I do. I'll wait till somebody joins to prove it. If not, it's just cause the machine better asleep. I rebooted though. It shouldn't be no problem there. And joined FS said my IP hadn't changed. I'm expecting my IP to change. But there says the same. That's not my IP. That's the code which will change if my IP changes when I restart it. We shut it off, see what it does. Create, which I did shut off, it's still the same number. If I IP change, that number there change because it's coded off my IP. It did change when I put the router in. It hadn't changed since. I'm gonna come on around. The wind must be drifting me a little. That's 5 degrees there. It should be enough. Usually 4 holes, but the wind ain't over strong. So if we make a turn in Knoxville, I'll set up the VOR for Tri-Cities. If I ever pick anything up, I'll switch over to the ILS and Tri-Cities, which will come on about as quick as the VOR will. Where it's setting, may come on quickly. be right back. Fill my tea glass up. I'm back. Let's see if anybody's came in. Nobody's there. And nobody to Chesapeake. So I'm by myself. Well, I guess that's where it goes. Just ride by yourself. In a little plane like this, it wasn't paid for, by yourself. Making the video and eating some Jello and drinking tea. Got one visitor now. Somebody just coming in to the simulator. Rainbow Bits. He didn't get in. He went back out. Well, let's see where we're at. 93 miles out of Knoxville. Pretty near on line. We're still working toward the line in. The green light so says we're a little over, but the wind's probably crossed a little bit. Makes you have to grab into it. Get outside, check the terrain a little bit. I could check the altitude this way. See how the trains are holding. See, that's right there's all high. But we're headed into Knoxville, which is right there, I do believe. Right there. Knoxville, a little place right there called Sky Ranch. And then it should be over in here, should be McGee Tyson. I don't suppose there'll be a war over there too, I don't see it. See, that's Tyson right there. But McGee, Tyson and Sky Ranch is in here, that'd be Knoxville Field. That's Knoxville Airport's up in here, McGee Tyson. And the little loop right there in that pink, and that Sky Ranch is sitting right in it. Little grass strip on the river. But we're going to Tri-Cities up in here, but I'm going to go to here and up. like I said, I'd leave Knoxville on a heading of about 085, I think I said. Yep, 085 from Knoxville to Tri-Cities, give or take a little, close enough. This time I don't think the next VOR will come on that quick. I can go ahead and set it up over. We're not out of range of Nashville, but we don't need it anymore. The VOR into Tri-Cities. $109.90. It won't be on. Nope, not on. You may not even see it till you get there. Now switch over to ILS and check it. I'm going to come up around now to the heading straight into the 100 that I had. Remove this. 98. 100. Match the two numbers, the course and the heading. It may drift off again, but where I'm at, that's what it needs. $80 miles to Knoxville. Get too tired, I'll just stop this thing and land at Sky Ranch again where I landed the other day. But so far the whole distance we've had enough electronics to keep us connected to the navigation of where we are. As long as you keep that navigation online and stay within reach of it, you know where you're at. That's all that matters. I've got to change the pounds. There you go, 64 gallons. 398 miles of range. 3 hours and 14 minutes of flying time. I've used 17 gallons, and I'm burning 19 gallons an hour. Still ain't nobody come in and stayed. Look, power grid. Oh, right there on the ground, rolled over the mountains. Cleaned all the strip for the power grid. You've got the yellow streak right there. Those are higher, but they're not above any danger of me. They're yellow because they're taller than this other terrain around it. I'll pass within probably 2,000 feet of them, probably somewhere around, maybe closer. They can be pink and you can cross them without hitting them sometimes. If it turns blood red, I wouldn't try it in the dark. But you can take that and zoom it out and fly the mountains and at night and not hit them. Stay in the valleys. Some little ravines down there. Looks like the world might have fell away a little bit. It's a ravine, right? It's a ridge here, but a ravine there. It's recognizable on the map. Look like a little ball mountain figure right there. Another one right there on that ridge where the valley goes around it. .67 miles from Knoxville. still online pretty good. Bring it up right there. I'm gonna set this one for the next leg. 085 is what I called it right there. That's the direction out of Knoxville I want to take it first. Don't sound right. Let me look and see what I got in my book. That's what I said a few minutes ago though. That's what I got. That's what I called it when I looked at the map. Let's see if I'm right. Or anywhere close to it. The trick on looking at a flat map is the north not at the total at the top of the map always. It's at the top, but the actual magnetic north could be a little bit to the left or right of it, depending on what part of the world it's in. Being a flat map makes it lie to you. A few degrees, if you go around California, it's pretty heavy. That same map in California, you're looking 20, 25 degrees to the right, to the north, from above you. At least. Which throws everything else off a little bit from what you'd ordinarily call it. You call it by the flat map, or it'll sure be wrong. We're still online right there. It's good enough. 62 miles. Just don't count no more for the direction. We still got the distance. That's this one here. That's that. No, they still got the same numbers on them. Get this flight done before somebody comes in and starts jumping down hollering. Could sneak and move myself down to the videoing room. They'd know what I was doing. I ain't got it marked. I'm gonna do it. I don't know, Ben said something he had to do, maybe he won't be back. He comes in and starts talking too much. Couple of busy highways down there. So the cars moving around on it. Well. So my eyes closed. 47 miles. So easy to get relaxed. A little too easy. Sure, the crooked little road right there. Some big mountain things to go around, probably. This is mountainous range. Works the way around the mountains, up and down them. Not big mountains, but enough that the road don't just go straight across. Tempted to recalculate my flight and turn. Take a chance on it. Right now I'm a quarter away from Knoxville to Nashville on the Nashville end. On the Knoxville end. Calculate that and calculate that angle from there to that new airport. Cut off 40 miles. It's really not that much out of the way though. So I guess we just hold what we got. If it was a 90-degree turn, it'd be a big difference, but it's just a very few degrees. About 20. Still not bad as far as line. A little bit to the northeast of the line, but that's closer to where I'm going, so that's good enough. We're going to use that right there. Just like we did one out of Nashville. Sign it up and go down it until we pick it up or until we decide we missed it or something. Or we crossed that ridge. That's what them little rough places we looked at back a while ago. Some more right in here, but they all over that stuff over yonder. This here or is that out there? This here is this back here. But it looks bigger now because it's closer. It's not really. Or it's not being predicted bigger on the GPS, I'll put it away. We'll go right up at River Valley from Knoxville, the Tri-Cities. Looks like I'm not far enough around on that by a long shot. That's what my mind was saying a while ago. That's straight through now to there. At 5 degrees along there, and I need to change that to about 75, I believe. Be closer to what I'm looking at. I'm looking at from here to here, and the angle across the map being that angle there and that angle there, roughly the same now, close to it. But as we come in here, that angle will actually go further around. Invisibility. I've only seen one join, he didn't stay in. And I had about 10 that would have crashed the system. I don't know if they can't get in or what. Had one try, he didn't quite make it. But he might have looked at the lobby and decided he didn't want him by himself. Chattanooga back there. Oh, choo-choo, Chattanooga choo-choo. Along here somewhere 40 goes 65. That's probably what that is. To the north into St. Louis, and not St. Louis, but Louisville and Columbia, Kentucky, Columbus. Probably where we at. That darker one there should be a railroad line. still pretty good line. We hadn't drifted off much at all. 25 miles out. I don't think the other one will come on as quick as this did. Not on yet. Here comes another one. See if he makes it in. I guess there's two then. Okay. We do have two trying to get in or in. They don't have to come in next to me, but they probably will. Mega Beast. 1, 2, 3. Mr. Mega Beast. Mega Beast, okay. There he is, Air Creation it says. Probably substituted. I didn't catch him coming on that one. Very few people fly that plane much. The default glider sailplane, well not sailplane, but it's a glider with a motor or a fan. Well, he's joined, he's coming in, Lud's already in. I'm headed to the VOR right there, which this is Tyson. And that's the Knoxville VOR and this ILS in Knoxville right there. And we'll be going up in Tri-Cities. Up in here. We came from right there, I think. Take it long to get up there too. The water's looking good. Little reflection, a little high on it, with a shiny. The sun's reflected back off of it. Alright, now to make a new calculation, that there's show me 100, put 90 over here, that's going to be close to what I got. Could be a little too much on what I got. I was calculating this straight line being 90. That's not. That straight line's 100. This is what I'm flying right now. So 90 would be right there, actually. I am too much, I think. Back to 85. Try that. I calculated welcome by mine, calculated 90 straight out. That's wrong. 10 degrees at least. $14 miles out of Knoxville, fix to turn on the other heading. In fact, I'm gonna come around right now some. I'm gonna come around about 100 or 90. Around the 90. Which is almost straight in. That was actually too much of a turn at this point. Go back 5. I'd like to close on that line a little. That won't close on enough. That's going to be 120, 30 miles probably. Be 50 to here now, since this is a 50 scale, be 50. 110, 120 miles, I guess. That means it's another hour of flying time at least. That's alright. It's on 10:15. We got 'em made. Actually, I think I didn't mean to move it that much. We got back out there where we belong. Nobody flying around me that I see. Still 2 in the simulator though. There's an airport right there. 8 miles from Knoxville, VOR. And the airport's on this side of. It's gonna be this. That's gonna be Knoxville Airport right there, probably. Tyson should be right over there behind me, more or less. The side of me, there's Tyson right there, and that river right in there, maybe I'll put it right there. What I was talking about, Sky Ranch is on somewhere on that river. I think it's on a place like that right there. A little, just about crisscross it. That may not be if it's in that area somewhere. Come on, Tyson right over to it. It could be here. It could be like that right there. It doesn't come in. We put this back in front. Get rid of that a few minutes. And this is still not, I know it's not going to be on, but it's going to hurt to check it. We're passing by, starting to ease by Knoxville VOR. That's the airport right there, but VOR is over this way. Uh-oh. Didn't mean to go that route again. I wanted to turn around that way. That's the keyboard sitting there at an angle. Makes me hit the wrong button. I keep the keyboard sitting on about a 45-degree angle above the joystick. Left side. Oh, I run it my left hand. That bound be Knoxville, but if the favorite Sky Ranch except it's too big. Sitting on that river like that, both ends. I'm sure it's not that big, not that close to me here though. I don't know, 2 miles, yeah it is too. That's gonna be Sky Ranch right there. Sure is. Knoxville's in there somewhere. It's pulled up, I thought though, that is. Still, there's Tyson. No, there's Sky Ranch right there. There's Sky Ranch right there. So that is Knoxville there. We're passing by Knoxville VOR on my right. Flying between Knoxville and the VOR. 1 mile off the VOR. You probably see the stand if you look. One mile off my wing. I don't imagine you see the mile. But it's out there somewhere. Little VOR tower. It's got to be very tall. It's on top of one of them little ridges. As this comes around and lines with that, we'll be on the way out. I heard a voice. Because they can talk in here, but but it don't work good. And they have to be on the exact signal wavelength. 11875, which is default. They don't change it. Nobody in there, so it had to be in here by somebody. Might have just been me thinking I heard something. Coming on around. Getting pulled around behind me. Only 4 miles off the VOR. Crossed it by about 10-degree angle, which will guarantee me to get across it sooner or later. Signal don't run out first, and I don't believe it will. We may be 50, 80 miles or 100 off of Knoxville before we pick Gooden up, because it's going to be low altitude. They're going to reach about 50 miles the most. And it's out past the airport about 30 miles, 10 or 15, 20 miles through. I don't know. I didn't check it, but it's pretty good ways. It was up here a few days ago flying. In the simulator, of course. Alright, this is coming down now. It's lining up. Since it's only a few degrees, I gotta let it come down pretty close. A few degrees between here and there, what I'm talking about. Between there and where I gotta go. I can come back to 90 at least be 5, but that'll be enough to pull it on over, I think. And it won't shoot across on me too quick. I'm still flying 5 degrees across that heading. That's the VOR behind me, not in front of me. That's Knoxville VOR back behind me. 8 miles behind me. It says I just left. You mean I could get kicked out? I'm fixing to drop off line, I do believe. Which I can pick back up in single player. It said I just left. That means if they kick me out. That happens on Steam or on any multiplayer that I've been in. It says I just dropped out. That was my name on across there. And I'm the host, so when I go out, everybody goes out. See, I'm gone. It's impossible for me to be in. Be out of me. I just don't understand the fact that I hadn't got that warning yet to drop out. Oh, there it is right there. Now I can finish my flight. There we go. I'm no longer online. I'm no longer supplying a host. That is just something that Steam does, or any GameSpot used to do the same thing. There's nothing to worry about except have to reload back in. But I've been on all day without being kicked out. That's the first time I was kicked out. I did have a fatal error, which kicked me out, but it wasn't kicked out on account of the server. It was kicked out on account of my machine died. My brand new machine said, whoops. Hopefully they get ready to do that too. It could be. If it is, something changed this week, because I ain't been doing it. My router is the main thing I changed. Well, I hope it don't quit. I still got over an hour to go. But I'm no longer online. No chat window to come up. Maybe my connection is dropped. If it is, I'm not going to like that. Especially since I paid more to get them their faster internet service last week, yesterday, day before. And I hadn't been doing that. Well, I'm sure it happens once in a while to all of them though. I'm not going to jump on being worried about it till it happens real regular. still got video recorder running. Still on the game. I didn't lose it so far. Well, we're far enough out now. I need to set this to start looking for that other VOR, which it could be as much as I can keep this one over here lined over here for another 100 miles or so. By then we'll be getting all of our toward it. A lot of water down there. I didn't know there was that much water over here. Miles out of Knoxville, moving away, searching for Tri-Cities. Fly a few minutes and I'll check, see what I look like I'm going anywhere close to the right direction. Get out about 60 miles and we'll start worrying about it. I believe I am though, because it's laying right at the base of the mountains like it right there. Probably 120, 30 miles from Knoxville, so it'll be another 110 anyway from here. I've got the VOR for Tri-Cities set, and I got this notifier on. When it comes on, it'll start talking to me. So I ain't got to just have to watch it and wait to see if it comes on. That may be I-40 winding through there, going up into Carolinas. I spent about a few hours in Carolinas. That's all I've ever been there. Right there across the border, on a little place called Ball Mountain. My heading bug is out of Coahuila. It's a location in the world where it needs to be recalibrated. So D's and B's and flight simulator recalibrates, which is D and a B. That recalibrates your heading bug and your altimeter. That way you ain't got to look at a bunch of numbers and reset it. $30 miles out of Knoxville. I don't know if I'm anywhere close to where I'm going direction. I think I got a good idea, but I'm gonna take a look see. I'm gonna wait to 60, but I'm not. I'm headed over this way and it's over there. Yeah, I wasn't gonna set that back, I shouldn't have. I don't know if I'll pick it up here or not before I get in the mountains. I do know not to go in the mountains though, so if I fly it real, I can fly along the edge of it. But I'm off 20, 30 degrees. That's a lot. On a long distance, that wouldn't work. This distance here might. We may still pick it up before we get. In fact, the VR we after is, as I think that one right there. But here's where we headed right there. So we're still on the line here, but it need to be over 5 degrees or 10 degrees to the left from the VR. But once I set something, I don't like to change until I see if I can find it without changing. But what I don't want to do is get up them mountains. They're above me. If I get up along that ridge, I can fly alongside of it to the north. More so. I don't want to fly some more behind that airport. I can't pick out this up either. But I don't want to change right now. I've got a heading roughly from that VR back to the airport. I wrote it down a while ago. What I estimated is just an estimation. I said 10 miles west, and that's roughly, not west, but it's close enough. So if I pick it up, I can get over to where it's east of me exactly. And that'd put me back in line at that airport again. If I get too close to it, I get it behind me and fly back to the airport. I'm hoping everything works out. That line right there is probably that line right there. And it's tall. I don't really see it unless it's just up in here at the end of it. Probably what it is right at the end of that right there. There. Darker spot right there. fly until we think we had no way we're gonna make it but turn. I'd like to pick a signal up before I turn, so I can use the signal to correct myself. Make like I never saw this. But it might not be that accurate. I might not be able to do that. Well, 35 miles from here though, I might be able to pick it up. That's way up here though, that's too far. I keep falling back on this, which I can get the ILS in here too. You get my ILS and I'll switch back and forth and see which one comes on first. So that's an option, because it's almost got as much range as that VOR does. My ILS on 048 runway 5 is 11150. We'll put it right here. And we'll spot check it. It ain't on yet. We spot check it every now and then. It may come on first. It's this much closer to us than that is. It's right here. If we get close enough here to pick this up instead of that, we'll just use this. But knowing it's on that side, I would have spot checked it real live too. As I got on up in there. I'm only 43 miles out of Knoxville. This is showing me over here a little bit. Shows me move toward that mountain, but I'm not going to do that. Because I know the mountain's too far. This is line because I got the angle wrong. But I'm not going to change the angle until I see if I can pick up something to correct itself. But when I get in that mountain right there, I will turn. But I'll turn to the left out of the mountain because I know better. If you know this area, you'd know better to fly across that mountain. You know it's too far. Says 35 from right there to right there. This is a piece coming inside of that. At 22, 20, 24, 26, that'll come on. This here come on about 50, but that's the time you take this off, it don't leave about 10 miles extra. If I was higher, that'd come on a little quicker, but not much. If I was in here looking for this, I probably would be at 7,000 feet. Give you more range on your signals. It's at least 5.5, 6. The airport altitude is 1519, I'll call it 1500. So I can approach the airport at 4500, which would be above that, be 1650. Or, yeah, 1650. Like 4,000, 5,050. But since I'm already here at this altitude, leave me about 2,500 above the airport. Still good enough. As long as I don't get in them mountains right there. Starting to get close to them. Let me zoom this out another one. That right there is where we're headed. That signal right there is what we're looking for. This one and that one. Longer. I need to get all the way up in here before I pick it up. Looks like I'm gonna crowd that mountain, go roll on the side of it. Actually, right now, I wouldn't know better right now not to fly over there, though. I want to use that mountain as a turning point to turn parallel with it right now. That is a visual mark that a man could use in real life. If you know the area or have a good chart, it would tell you not to get into that mountain. You're too far over. I'm going to turn along parallel that mountain. Then I'm going to set this right here on runway heading 045, 04 somebody. 048. Right there. Now that'll be, but that's showing the signal behind me. I can't look at it now. That's the direction it will be. I'm watching this here to come on. Well, I still need to turn a little more parallel that mountain over there. I'm still closed on the mountain. I want to fly past it. Because that doesn't except using this as a point not to get into. Knowing if you get into there, you're too far over anyway. But the chart will tell you that. Now we're going closer to the right direction, flying parallel that mountain. And we could get over a little bit more by knowing you don't have to get to it. I'm gonna call it right there. I know that'll work now, but the mountain is enough of a waypoint to keep you out of it. If a man charted it right, he wouldn't have. I just did it by guess, so it's really it ain't right. You put it on the chart and put it point to point on direction. Of course, I could also put the GPS up as a guide too, but I don't want to. I want to do it as much visible as I can. Visual. So we've already passed this line here, but we're too far out to know it. But we're headed now between here and there, or here, which that'll put that signal there closer. But that probably ain't gonna come on quick enough to hit none. And that's I saw something. There it is. We got the ILS. Or we got something. What do we got? The ILS of VOR. I gotta go back and look. Come on now, find what you're looking for. $11460. Down here, 11640. Come on now. My mind ain't working. That's the ILS there. That's 109, 1115 is ILS. It's this one. I've got the VOR. Now I've got the ILS too. The ILS is the one I really want. I knew one would come on about as quick as the other would. Now, we come over here. Now I can bring this around, crisscross that. I've got no mileage to that, so that's alright. come over, crisscross that, set that to catch it. That way I don't have to worry about where. Slow it down to approach speed or somewhere around it. At least slow it down some. I don't have to get over quite that much. I could get back along there, probably good on that. As long as this one here, and these here is over there. Yeah, I can still come back a little more. North's probably good enough. I'll try north on that. That should be good enough. This one here says the airport is right there. And this here says I'm crisscrossed it. Right there. Now the next thing is that light right there is already out. I'm already locked onto it. I'm already locked onto that. We're watching for an ILS line now. Cut this off. We don't need that no more, and we don't even need that anymore. I would like to have some mileage, but the VORs, the VORs so far away really won't have none. To the angle where it's at. But now we're moving back to this line here where I said we passed a while ago. The plane's moved itself back to it. We're about 25 miles off the airport, actually, best I can calculate. 25, 30. Well, it can't be 30, it won't come on at 30, so 28, 26, 28 is the max. Here we go. Now, we should be getting some diamonds here. Don't too long. I'm gonna bring this back around so if I needed to be on the right heading. Something happened, I need to switch over. I need that sitting in line when I get in line. '80 is plenty fast. 90. I can slow to 65 on approach. I think this thing. Back inside the plane. I can get rid of that. I don't need it. Actually, I get rid of all of that. I got everything on the day, everything on the panel, so I don't need none of that. The DME don't have nothing. Here's this one, that one. This autopilot, radio stack, we got it all. But we're on localizer approach. Looking for, seems like we just don't have an ILS. Glide slope. Yeah, it does. There they are. We got the diamonds. I was here the other day and I was thinking maybe I used it without one. There's my diamond right there. I'm going to slow to 80. They won't fly to the glide slope if you're too fast, not accurately. I'll stay where I'm at here on localizer until I see them moving. Once I see them moving, I'll lock the approach. And when it gets right, it'll lock itself. Only if you set that button. If you set it right now, it might not lock itself. It may fly straight through. I've had a bunch of them to do that. At this altitude, you're probably within range of being alive already. Higher would be already moving down, which would be where it would count. I generally come in 4,500 above the runway of big planes. Going around, getting ready to line that up right there. Still moving to the right. It flew across to the left too much, now it's coming back. Be on the ground in a few minutes. It'd take quite as long up here as I thought it would. Wasn't quite as far as I thought it was. on this end of the leg. As quick as we found that signal, we'd have stayed on another course, we'd have probably still found it as we moved into the mountains, which would have been a little risky without climbing up. But I knew better to go in the mountains, because it's not in the mountains, it's in this valley. Waiting on the diamonds to move. I would like to have some DME, but I don't have to have it. This right here is telling me I'm plenty far out, plenty low. So I'm moving to the left now. It says I need to go left. The plane is slowly moving left. Tri-Cities Regional is where we're headed into. Still 40, about 46 degrees. Diamonds are moving. They've done moved the white line down. They headed to this line here. Now's the time to set the approach. I'm on the approach button. Now when they get to here, when they get level here, the altitude light will go out. From there on, you're on the glide slope. Headed to the airport. Now I'm going to slow down to 75 here. Go down a little more on the glide slope. Put this little bird on the ground. Let's see now. Outside the plane, I've slowed down to where I'm just clicking along now. All the scenery down there. There's the airport right there in front of me. Got to be it. And on line to the runway. Put that up a minute. Put them outside the plane. You'll see the nose when it drops. It's already, the lights out. Those are a little low. They'll come back. When you fly straight in, it goes over then down. The reaction time from the time it takes over till it actually adjusts itself, puts you over the top. It has to come back to it. That right there should get it right there. I could probably go all the way down to 60. I know it can 65, but it don't have to. I'm not on the car. Don't worry about being a little heavy on landing. I'm not flying it for a VA flight this time. Alright, I'm a little below the line now. If it continues to lose, I'm actually a little slower. I don't believe I'm too slow, but if I stay below the line long, it's slow. Once it gets below, it should start working its way back right to you. If it can't work its way back, I'm slow. But tailwind causes the same thing. I don't know if I got to. I didn't check the wind. I'm just going to land. But it shows me just a little lower. It's actually getting a little worse. Looks like. I'm slow enough now that I'm going to add 3 knots. Instead of slowing down more, I'm going to speed up just a little. If it don't start to catch it back up, I'll go 5. I believe I already see the difference in it though. Coming back to the line right there. Get back inside the plane and prepare for a landing. Right down the barrel head. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. My joystick set for touchdown and my hand ready to turn the autopilot off. Left hand on the keyboard, cut it off the keyboard. I'll turn it off one at a time. Starting with what I'll do, I'll switch this back to the heading and then turn it off.
1,000.
Then I'll turn the airspeed off, then I'll turn the main switch off.
1,000.
1,000 coming down.
1,000.
I'll do it at about 300 feet, 2 to 300 above the ground. No use taking over till you have to, as long as it's doing a good job. The only thing transition from autopilot to you could be a jolt. Some planes you'd want to be high enough you got time to correct that jolt. I don't think here I'll have much of a jolt, maybe a little. Tri-Cities Regional coming up. Altitude 1,519 feet. That's what the map says.
500.
500.
500.
It says it again, we're on the hillside. Should be getting ready to say approaching minimum. I'm close enough right now to take over from me. Taking over.
Approaching minimums.
I just need to get down a little extra. Change the speed of my plane.
Minimums. $100.
When you lower the nose, it'll speed up, so I just throttle back to make up for it.
50. 40.
When you level off to the
30. 30.
weight of the plane,
20,
momentum will do the rest.
10. 10.
With idle. It's on the ground. That's a pretty nice little hop across Tennessee. Let's get up there and see if we can park this thing. May top the fuel off since I've done on the VA card. If we see a fuel pump, which we still got enough to go all the way back to Memphis, but I'm not going back tonight. I'm gonna park it wherever I find it. I will have to. I may restart it because I got to restart the simulator anyway. Got to restart the server and set it back up. See if it'll stay up tonight without being shut off. I'll reboot the whole machine and come back up. Try to get a clean boot and see if it'll stay on. I don't see no fuel station up in here. Maybe one up yonder. If I don't feel one pretty quick, I'll park it and call it good. I'm not gonna run all over the place looking for one too much. I've been known to, but not this time. Back years ago, we'd go into the airport, all a bunch of us together, 3 or 4. A lot of times they'd watch me wherever I settle down. That's where they come to. They knew I hit the station before I stopped. I always tried to find a fuel pump quick as I could. As the man said, the Holy Grail. Without it, you're in trouble. I'm wanting to look over there again without turning the plane over there. I got you. I found it. Right there behind the building. Right here at the APO shop. Top the tank off and call it good. I'm going to use this right here to go by to watch it. Right there. 49%. No, I ain't got enough to get back either. I got enough to get almost back. I can't even get back where I left. That's another 200 miles from Memphis. Well, if you went straight back, you might make it to where you left. Instead of going around the world. I can make it to Memphis now. I'll park it right there and call it good for the night. Put the park brake on. Go inside the plane. Let's bring the lights down. I'll bring the switches down and cut the magnetors off. Chugga, 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 chugga. That's all. And this is Town Dog. That's going to be the hop for the day. I'll be on another flight, truck driver, something the next day or so. Catch you then. Let's see if I can get this thing to stop. Here we go right here.